Hello and welcome to Home and Healing, the podcast. I'm Amanda Ewers, and today we are talking about how to survive the holidays in postpartum. Happy 4th of July week. People are super excited. Summer, and now we are taking baby out for their first big summer holiday, and what are some things that a mom would share with other moms and how to survive and make this an easier experience. And I don't want to say that it's easy because let's face it, life is hard. Having a baby is hard. Going through postpartum is hard. But if we have some tips and tricks and some tools in our tool belt, then at least we can make it easier. All right. So one of the first things that we absolutely need to do is be prepared. Now, depending on where you're going, things might be closed. There might be stores that are closed. And if you're going camping, that's a whole nother ball game, right? So being prepared is key. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So my husband and I took my baby out to the mall, and maybe we were a little unprepared for just a day outing, and there was an accident, and he kind of messed all in the stroller, all over himself. Now, we forget that if accidents happen, that we might be a victim of it. So we want to make sure that we're also prepared for ourselves. So make sure that you have, even if you're just going to go visit family, make sure that you have an extra change of at least a shirt and an undergarment for yourself, because things happen. Things happen, and ladies, things happen in your own bodies as you're going through the postpartum period. So just make sure that you are not just preparing for the baby, but you're also preparing for yourself. And partners and families too. I mean, if you are traveling and you are taking the baby, you need to make sure that you are covered if there's an accident. Have a towel or something in your car. Have some extra wipes stashed in the car, like a little travel set in your purse. Make sure that you are taking an extra layer of precaution, and that's why they call it the mom bag, because you have a little bit of everything. And with stores being closed, occasionally you might not be able to get formula, food, diapers, things like that. So I'm telling you to overpack and have like an extra day's worth, because you just never know. Check with those places in your area and make sure that there's not a shortage. With right now, there's a lot of flooding happening, and so stores might not be able to get their supplies that they normally would be able to get, and that might mean that you're kind of having to detour around and things like that. So take all of those things into consideration. So over prepare. Make sure you have all of the supplies that you normally use on a regular day, just a little bit extra, okay? And make sure that you're covered as well. All right, so let's talk about now bringing baby around family. You are the parent. You get to decide how people interact with your child. And this is one of the things that people really struggle with, is they will go to family functions and they want to introduce the child, or maybe they feel obligated that they have to go and they really don't want to. So if you're feeling already stressed about this whole situation, and partners, if you're not helping to ease some of that stress, then you got to step up. You have to step up and say, hey, what can we make sure that we have? Mom can sit there and verbalize everything, put things in a voice note. You can use your phone and do voice to text, and so that dad has a checklist, your partner has a checklist to go through and make sure that they've packed everything. So think about the way that you can make the process a little more streamlined. If you need to write it down, if you need to talk it out, asking for that extra hand to help will always be a good thing. And I kind of hesitate when I say that because I get it. We want to do things ourselves. We just do. And we are going to question whether our partner is going to be able to do it the best way or the way that we do it. They're not. And I need you to understand that now, because they are going to do the best that they can do to help you. And you have to be able to receive that in the way that they deliver. You can give them tips and you can encourage them to do better the next time. But please, please, please don't deny the help. If your partner is trying, please accept that. If you're going through postpartum depression, that is going to be a little bit more difficult sometimes, especially asking for that help. So we'll get into that in just a second. I want to be shorter with this today. So in sharing, asking for help, getting your partner on board, helping you pack, getting prepared, now we're around other people. If the stress of all of this just makes you say, I just can't, are you saying that you can't because of you are self-isolating? Or are you saying that you can't because you just need that extra time and not the extra stress right now? It's a very delicate line. If going around family is just stressful in itself on before children, then that can be what it is. But if going around family was pleasant before, and now you have a child and you're just kind of questioning, well, I don't want everyone to hold the baby, and the baby's still little, and I'm just feeling overwhelmed, and what about all of the things, and you start kind of spiraling into the what ifs, then we need to step back and we need to have a conversation. Okay, so I hope you can kind of see the difference. If before baby was a different, like everything was cool, you could go around family and have a good time, and now that baby's in the picture and you're starting to kind of question all of that, now we need to have a conversation. Okay, so how can I enjoy going around family? I'm feeling stressed, but we're gonna do it anyway. Baby wearing. If you could just wear the baby, you know what? That is a really cool way to just be like, I'm sorry, she's sleeping. And I had a teacher friend who came to her staff baby shower, and that's what she did. She wore the baby, and you know what? No one asked to hold the baby because she is inside of this wrap. We're not going to ask mom to undo all of that, and baby seems perfectly comfortable. So if the baby is still young enough that you can just wear them and do it that way, go for it. And you know what? If your partner is wearing the baby, sorry, they're bonding right now. That's all. You don't owe anyone an explanation by telling them that you don't want them to hold the baby. It's just the way in which you say it, because some people, they're gonna feel some kind of way if you don't let them hold the baby. But just the biggest thing is you want to be comfortable. You want to be prepared. And if you know that there's certain people, like if there's people that smoke and you know that it holds on their clothes, you can say, I'm sorry. I can't let you hold the baby. I had a family member who smoked, and my son had a lot of issues when he was a baby, and he ended up with asthma and allergies and things like that. And so, when I was going through postpartum, I just needed the help, and I took the help, but I really struggled with, okay, but you smell like smoke. Now my baby smells like smoke. And then when he started getting sick, I started blaming myself because I should have protected him more. That is one of the things that I experienced through postpartum depression was, whatever help I could get, I would take. And then I would question my decisions when something would come up, like him getting sick. So I always would go through this thing of blaming myself for any little thing. If he was sick, it was my fault. It was my fault because I did something wrong. I never trusted myself in making the decisions and standing up for myself. People will give you their opinion. When you're getting around your family, people are going to give their opinions, and you have to just trust in yourself and know that you are doing the right thing. You are doing the things that you need for yourself in this moment. Trust it. Please trust yourself. All right. So being prepared, knowing what you're going to say and how you're going to interact with people, and baby wearing is going to be a huge thing. Lastly, your routine is going to be off. Your routine is going to be off. And there's going to be an adjustment. Take that into consideration. If you need space, if you need time, if you need something, ask for it. And partners, you need to make sure that you are supporting mom through all of this, making sure that what they need is being honored. Okay? So that is your job. Your job is to make sure that mom has everything that they need. Okay? And look out for how you are managing your energy emotionally, mentally, and physically through all of this. Okay? It's a holiday. Enjoy. Be prepared. And if you just need to say no, that's an acceptable answer. All right. Until next time, enjoy, and I will see you Home and Healing, the podcast, next week. Thanks, guys.